Yo, what is good? My anime faithful, what is good, yo? So, Tower of God. Um, a lot of things are referenced here, and I think our turtle hunter is truly finding out there's a lot of dangerous people out there, and, ugh. And if he doesn't prepare for everybody and he stops hunting down the one turtle here and there, he might find out there's a whole bunch of ridiculous monsters that he can actually face and keep the friendship of the turtle. And pretty much we see him actually kind of overwhelmed, right? Like him seeing someone else take out a target with a spear, and he was kind of doubting himself, so to speak. Like I think nervousness isn't the right word to use. I think he was just in disbelief that not only is that's a place where he had to throw the spear and hit this target is floating over this like crazy ravine. Um, but maybe if he was thinking if he threw his spear, he might lose it, right? Like he might not even be able to uh, get his weapon back. So it also kind of showed if he had some type of connection with it or whatever the case was. But just seeing his face multiple times throughout all of the scenarios given to us, he is pretty much like an audience member that kind of can't say anything when it comes down to the plot of people's stories and their drives and their overall misdeeds or whatever the case may be. But he seems to be there and witnesses a lot. So we start out with Rachel kind of telling uh, weird earrings or ugly earrings. I forgot what he said. I think he said ugly earrings, but that's his new nickname, I guess, is ugly earrings. And they pretty much go over the fact that it is Rachel, that she doesn't want anything to do with Bond uh, or Blam because of they would become each other's weaknesses. They would not be able to fight at full capacity if, and I apologize for yawning so much. I haven't talked since I woke up. Um, but if they were, trying to keep each other protected and stuff like that, one might end up dropping their guard, or one might actually end up being in a one-on-one fight with each other. And then how are they going to just decide who goes forward? Um, I think the best thing about what we learned about Rachel, or at least what we saw from Rachel, was the fact that she almost had like a premonition, or like she had a sight of maybe the future, even though our main character was still in his normal clothes before he even left, or like when he was first discovered by Rachel. We really get to see just what the heck was going on when she probably went up into the tower, or maybe that was a false, like a false image, but now it's coming true. So it's becoming more and more capable of actually being not false, and the truth of what the journey is leading for one of them, while the other one doesn't make any friends, doesn't make any comrades, and just is selfish or something along those lines. Because why isn't it that when she sees the person she wants to be with have all these other people around him, why is it that she doesn't then have some people showing up and being around her, I think that was the clear indicator that she is either selfish, she's either not looking forward to, bonding with any people in this tower race. Um, I believe she's one of the princesses of Jihad or whatever, because not only does the girl who is one of the princesses, kind of just scoff and laugh at one of the girl who wound up with the Black March and just kind of likes to rub it in her face that she's nothing compared to her and that she's an imposter. But we've never heard her say such things about Rachel besides the fact that she's a monster. And we all know what everybody thinks of our main character as well, that that he's a monster, you know. So it goes to show you that even regardless of who actually experiences what you go through and what you do, some people just know, right? Like some people can just tell and feel the presence coming off of you, that you're dangerous, that you're deadly, that you're someone not to be trifled with. Whatever the case may be, there's something emanating off Rachel to this girl who's on our team in the last battle. But now that we see them at this dinner table or this lunch table, whatever you want to call it, eating table, we get a better understanding of how much she doesn't trust her one of her own teammates, right? So I think that's a good explanation as of why uh, they just free roamed it, you know. Whenever they got really into the battle for the bonus, none of them were actually going for the crown, right? They were just going out to go out. And that was the weird part about it. Excuse me, that was the weird part about it because why go out in the first place when you can just sit back if you didn't actually want to win? So, I don't know. It was an interesting take on what everything was going on the case of not just having one or two characters be our main focus, but giving every single character a focus so much so that once they start doing stuff, it might actually mess with our characters, and that might put them in a position where they need to fight or, you know, decide who needs to be top honcho or whatever the case may be. But overall, man, Tower of Gods has been very, very entertaining. We got this new outfit for our main character, and my days does he look freaking dope. I think this outfit is sick all the way down to the headband that he got. So we now know who has really good taste in clothes. But yeah, everything seems very, very nonchalant, and that's the problem with these types of shows is it usually means something is just hiding in waiting for us to, or waiting for it to reveal itself, and it's probably gonna take us all by surprise, the people who haven't seen it. I'm just guessing that there's some kind of surprise by the way all this is playing out. But as a whole, I think there is a lot of questioning to still be had for every single character. The classes were pretty cool this week. Like I say, every time I watch this show, I feel like they always give us a decent amount of information before just getting back into a bunch of craziness. So I do appreciate that approach that they take. Yeah, just kill me before I fall out. Thank you. Um, so with that being that, the only other thing that really started to solidify how weird this place is and how many different, you know, storylines and different people want all the stuff that they think they deserve. We learned that probably the main reason why the girl who wanted the Black March was so just focused on it was because it leads, having the Black March means you're that much closer to finding one of the princesses that she believes helped slaughter not only her mother but her father as well, or some people, a mom that she had, and maybe, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was her mom and dad, the chef who made really good chicken pie or whatever pie, and then her mother, or maybe her, I think she said her mother. I could have sworn she said her mother did it, and she wanted to hunt down all the princesses and stuff. But there's some relation between the two girls who pretty much, you know, she confirms she's like her niece. But the the weird thing is, why are they so? Um, why is their skin tone so like they're like lizard lizard jeans, and this girl looks so much like her. So I'm guessing her sister was the one that she actually had, like the mom was the actual one she had a connection with instead of the father. I'm not sure. I honestly do like how they just sprinkle this stuff in there, right? Give us more reasons for all the characters to have more of the spotlight than just having our one main character who just made a contract with a giant looking turtle, right? Like, this thing looked like a giant black turtle. So I guess man with the spear knew all too well who was going to be in this guy's life. I don't know, man. There's so many small details that are pretty awesome to see that it feels like throwaway stuff until clearly everything in this episode that happened is going to have a reason. Even after making the contract and being ridiculously tired, he then kind of is about to walk out and someone else offers to be his friend because why not be friends with the weak? And we come to find out that this same person who's calling our main character weak isn't even getting his magic or his starts with an SH. He isn't getting it to form like into a full body of water and controlling it compared to as fast as our main character is. Or maybe they just have different styles because when you look at his compared to the main, uh, his looked like it was all separated and stuff, but it did also look like it was more concentrated in the middle than the others we saw for brief seconds. But that's just the tiny stuff I'm talking about. They barely sprinkled that in there, and I caught it and went back and looked at just a lot of people witnessing others do things that either they expected themselves to be able to do better or that they just did not expect to hear. For instance, the uh, our spear guy trying to like eavesdrop on the turtle, but we don't know how long he was actually there for, right? He might have been there for a while and heard everything with Rachel. So once ugly earrings, once Koo-sun tells him like, yeah, that's not the girl you're looking for. She doesn't know you, and this and that. He was at our yeah, I don't, our pet, I don't even know what to call him. He pretty much noticed, right away that something was up about it, right? Either something was up or, like I said, he eavesdropped and he already knew what was up. So it's interesting in that regard to see where everybody's going to go, if people are going to, tell him, fill him in. But I do think the most interesting thing was Rachel seeing her friend, this person who had nothing, all of a sudden have everything with these friends, so much so that he practically turned his back on her, thinking, that's how she saw it, is I'm right here, can't you see me? And he couldn't see her. So once he turns around and walks into the light and has a smile on his face with all of his friends, she probably feels betrayed. So we'll see how all this turns out. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I might not be able to get all 3 videos out if Plunderers drops too late, but I'll try my best to do so. So with all that being said, everybody have an awesome one. I am your boy, Theanimeg, and I will definitely talk to you sooner than later. So with all that being said, thank you for the support, and I'll try to get out to you as much content as possible. Peace.